When speaking to Alan Hahn, new head coach Mike Brown explained how Guerschon Yabusele would be utilized. He also discussed the type of defense he expects to implement for the Knicks next season. We're going to break down all of these latest reports today. If you're enjoying the content, please hit that subscribe button and have notifications turned on so you don't miss any new content. And now, let's get started. Mike Brown discusses defense and roles. The Knicks have a new head coach, and they have new additions to their bench. But the question is, how will those new additions in Jordan Clarkson and Guerschon Yabusele be utilized under Mike Brown? While he didn't reveal a lot, he stated the following to MSG's Alan Hahn. And shout out to New York Basketball on the app X for breaking down all of this information for us. According to head coach Mike Brown, he stated the following about Jordan Clarkson and Guerschon Yabusele. According to Mike Brown, Jordan Clarkson, the things he can do, score at all three levels. Also, better playmaker than given credit for. I'm a huge guy when it comes to touching the paint and looking to spray. Guerschon Yabusele, unbelievable young man, can play the 4 and the 5, maybe the 3. Who knows? Like I said, while he didn't reveal a lot, he said enough that helps us understand how he's going to utilize Jordan Clarkson and Guerschon Yabusele. With Jordan Clarkson, the one thing we know he can do is score. But an underrated asset that he has is his playmaking, his passing. He can do that as well because he's aggressive. He drives inside the paint. And every time he does that, he'll draw a few defenders near him. And when he draws those defenders, the corners are going to be open. Somebody is going to be open. And he's going to find that player, pass it to them, and they're going to have an open shot, an open look. And if they convert, that's an assist that goes to Jordan Clarkson. He can do that. But throughout his career, he's been asked to score more than he's been asked to playmake. But under Mike Brown, it sounds like he's going to get the opportunity to do both. Because once Jalen Brunson goes to the bench, we're going to need somebody to come in and stabilize the offense. Somebody that can come in and run the offense while Jalen Brunson is on the bench. And Clarkson, especially if he's playmaking, he's going to be able to do that. Not to mention, he's going to be able to score at an elite level because he's always been able to do that, especially off the bench. And under Mike Brown, it sounds like he's going to be able to utilize his entire bag. Playmaking and the ability to score on all three levels. When it comes to Guerschon Yabusele, as you just heard, Mike Brown stated he could be utilized at the 4, the 5, or maybe even at the 3. That means Mike Brown is going to go to some insane rotations. Maybe playing Guerschon Yabusele at the 3. Who's playing the 4? Karl Anthony Towns. And then the 5, Mitchell Robinson. Who's your backcourt? You see, these are the type of rotations that I want to see Mike Brown go to, but only if the matchups call for it. And that's why we're going to see all of these type of rotations under Mike Brown, because he absolutely plays the matchups. So sometimes you might see Guerschon Yabusele at the 3. Other times, he might only play the 4 or 5. But under Mike Brown, we're going to see different players playing different spots in the rotation and getting significant time. And that's going to be important. Building chemistry with this team, that's going to be important, especially when we get to the postseason. We're not going to only need a polished starting unit. We're also going to need a bench that understands how to play with each other. And if Mike Brown can create that during the regular season, the Knicks are absolutely, just by doing that, going to be a better team entering the postseason than they were last season. And that's important. Guerschon Yabusele being able to play all of these different positions because of his shooting ability. He can stretch the floor, and it sounds like under Mike Brown, he is going to be utilized in so many different situations, in so many different positions, and that's the way to get the most out of your players, the best out of your players. And Mike Brown, the reason he is such a good head coach is because he's a player's coach. He speaks to his guys. He understands their mentality, what they want for the season, what their goals are, what they're aiming for, what they're trying to grow towards. All of these things are important for a head coach to understand. And Mike Brown seems to already know it, and he's only been head coach for a few weeks now. But Mike Brown wasn't done there. He didn't only speak about how he was going to utilize the new additions to the bench. He also spoke about the defense that he wants to implement for the Knicks next season. Let's take a look at what he said. According to Mike Brown, offensively, I like to play fast. We're going to try to play fast. Make sure the floor is spaced. Defensively, we want a sense of physicality without fouling. We want people to feel us. Multiple efforts. Shout out to Leon Rose for making sure we have length on the wing. He says it right there. Defensively, we want a sense of physicality. The one issue, well, not one issue, one of the main issues I had with the Knicks defense last year was their lack of physicality. Besides Mitchell Robinson, who else was a physical defender last year on the Knicks? Who else was really putting pressure on defenders, especially when they were coming inside the paint? Because what I remember is a lot of backdoor cuts. What I remember is a lot of players, our centers, Karl Anthony Towns, at times Mitchell Robinson, fouling other players and sending them to the line. We just can't do that, especially those silly fouls. Fouls where you don't even need to do anything and you're likely going to get the ball. But because of habit, you either throw an elbow or you push them on the back. Not even by a lot, just a little bit, but enough for them to sell it and the ref to look at it. We got to be smarter, especially inside the paint. We already know the refs are looking for the foul. They're looking to blow the whistle. Don't make it easy on them. Be physical without fouling. That's exactly what we need to do, especially Karl Anthony Towns. When he fouls 2 or 3 times in the first quarter, and then he's benched, and he comes in with what? Maybe 4 or 5 minutes left in the second quarter, it takes away all of the momentum that the Knicks have built to that point. That's how important he is. He stretches the floor. He shoots threes. He drives inside the paint, can take contact, and can make free throws at the line. He is such a valuable player for New York. But when he's making these silly fouls and he goes to the bench, there's no impact. It stops. And the other team, they recognize it and they take advantage of it. The one thing I hope Mike Brown does above everything else is hold our players accountable, from our star players to our role players. That means if Jalen Brunson is holding the ball too long, tell him that. That means if Karl Anthony Towns is not doing what he needs to do defensively, bench him, take him out of the game, talk to him, tell him, what are you doing out there? We're going to have to sit you for a few minutes so you can understand the mistakes that you're making before we put you back into the game. These are the type of adjustments I want to see under Mike Brown. He has done it in every single location that he's been head coach. Why would he change it now? Exactly. He's not going to change it. He's likely going to do the same thing with the Knicks. Exactly what we need. Mike Brown could be the perfect coach for this team. And I really hope he is, because the pressure, it's high and it's on. But if anybody can handle this type of pressure, it's going to be Mike Brown. He would not have taken this job if he couldn't handle the pressure. And you guys remember, he said it during his press conference when he was announced as the Knicks' new head coach. He is built for it. And I hope that he is, because during his first season, he's already going to be tested. But it looks like we're going to see a lot of changes. Changes on the bench and potentially changes in the rotations that we're going to see. And I'm excited and I cannot wait for it. But what about you guys? What do you think about Mike Brown's comments about Jordan Clarkson, Guerschon Yabusele, and the Knicks defense that he wants to implement for next season? Let me know in the comment section below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans, take care of yourself, your families, and each other. Peace and love.